Homer was about to suffocate. Unable to speak, he could only use other ways to signal Marge that he needed help.
Need Heimlich.
Marge couldn't understand why Homer wouldn't just buy a looser shirt, but Homer thought she was calling him fat. Just then, Abe came in wearing a well-fitted suit, urging them to hurry.
We were saving that suit for you to be buried in. Is it my funeral? Oh.
The reason they were all dressed up was because Springfield was holding its Outstanding Citizen Awards today. This time, Maggie actually lost the Best Silent Baby award. The winner was her arch-nemesis, and surprisingly, the Most Unpopular Person in Town award didn't go to Homer either. At least Marge won the Most Popular award, but all of this was just a dream she had. She wanted to enjoy it a little longer, but Bart was bullying Lisa again, and Homer needed her help too. After finishing the housework, Marge chatted with her mom for a while. Then she took the dog to the vet. Then Bart broke his finger at the ball field. Marge was getting overwhelmed. She desperately needed Homer's help. But Homer didn't receive any message from her because Moe had installed a signal jammer in the bar. It wasn't until a rat chewed through the signal jammer's wire that everyone's phones started receiving messages. Only then did Homer realize Marge had been trying to reach him all day. By the time he got home, Marge didn't want to talk to him anymore. But Homer's pants were torn, so Marge had to mend them while watching TV. As it happened, an antique appraisal show was on. Someone sold an extra-large pair of jeans for a high price. The brand and size were exactly the same as Homer's, and they even had the same rivets. The jeans were appraised at a whopping $2,600. Thinking about the family's recent situation, Marge finally made a decision. She told Homer she couldn't fix these pants. Then she took the pants to a vintage clothing store. She noticed the owner looked a lot like Comic Book Guy. The owner said he was Comic Book Guy's cousin, Pants Guy. Marge showed him the jeans, but Pants Guy only offered $20. Then Marge mentioned what she'd seen on the TV show. Seeing that she knew her stuff, and that the back pockets had perfect wear patterns, he raised the price to $2,600. Deal done. Marge thought about what this money could do for her family.
Mom, the money you gave me paid for a week of college. Next. You used the money for a neck tattoo. Not just the neck.
Meanwhile, Homer put on sweatpants for the first time. The extra-large sweatpants were definitely more comfortable than jeans. Plus, he could hide so many things in them. He had already gotten used to his new pants. Mr. Burns had been working on a new type of fission. If nuclear fission could be stopped right at the critical point, it would generate even more energy. Oppenheimer had tried, but failed. So Burns decided to continue the research. Smithers warned that if it exceeded the critical threshold, it would cause an uncontrollable nuclear explosion. At this critical moment, Homer, in his sweatpants, rushed toward the fission device and grabbed the reactive material. He saved the entire nuclear plant. As thanks, Burns gave him 2 tickets to a baseball game. Marge didn't know how to enjoy the money, so she went to ask the Reverend. The Reverend didn't know either, and even asked Marge for $20. Marge was about to confess to Homer, but she found him at the baseball game. He said Carl and Lenny couldn't make it, so he brought a new co-worker instead. Marge said angrily, "You asked all these people, but never once asked me." Then she hung up the phone in anger.
Hello? Hello? Marge? Marge? Hello?